on the right of your screen, top of your screen now in the green shirt serving. Expect to see a lot of that. You know, both of these players strike the ball very well, very clean. Expect to see these players are going to try and take the line if they can. So as soon as they see an opportunity to move forward to the line, they're going to try and do that. That's a beautiful passing shot there. This is their 5th head-to-head meeting. Christian Alshon leads 4-0 in their prior 4 meetings, so Jay has his work cut out for him today. I will tell you that Jay's the 14th seed, as you can see up there, and Christian Alshon is the 3rd seed. But Jay Devilliers is a very talented singles player. He's had tremendous results in the past, and so I look forward to a really good match here today. Favoring Christian, but Jay definitely has a really good shot at maybe upsetting Christian in this match. The last time these two players met was in 2023 in San Clemente, which we're going to be at, and the PPA is going to be there in a couple of months, I think it is. And if you've never been to a PPA event, highly recommend you do that. It's really different to see these athletes live, the way they hit the ball, the way the ball sounds off the paddle, the speed of the shots, their movement. It's just incredible. TV is fantastic. Live, different animal. You're going to see a lot of that kind of shot there where they're going to try and drop it in the kitchen if they can, if they're in trouble. Christian has a really strong career record, as you can see there. Almost 70%, 146 and 64. Really strong men's singles record. That's why he's the number 3 seed in this tournament. That's a really clean shot by Christian there on the passing shot. You know, Jay maybe a little bit short on the approach, but you know, really nice passing shot by Christian there. Like I said, both these players have very clean shot mechanics. Jay's going to have to be careful with that. You know, he keeps on approaching on Christian's forehand, and Christian keeps on punishing him with that cross-court passing shot. Seems to have that dialed in, so we'll see if Jay's going to continue going to that spot, or if he's going to maybe modify his strategy based on what Christian is doing successfully. Jay did absolutely everything right that rally and fought well until he got what he wanted, and then just overbaked it on the approach. But great battle by Jay there. Again, very athletic player, both of these players, and we're going to see a lot more of that during this this bronze medal match here at the Carvana Grandstand in Cape Coral at the Zimmer Biomet PPA. That's a great move by Christian Alshon there. Jay Devilliers decides to call a timeout. Probably a really good decision there. Martina Frantova, how you doing today, Martina?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you, Tony.
That is not what you want coming out of a timeout, Martina, right? You know, just call the timeout and you miss a return of serve. Very difficult today with the win, but that's not what you're looking for.
Ooh. I wonder if one of those that Jay hit was going out or not. It looked like it, definitely, but with the wind, we never know.
Yeah, it might have been, but the wind is really picked up right now. You know, you can see probably something on some stuff on the court. You can see the flags on the banners on the side fluttering. The wind has definitely picked up some more here. This part of Florida, it gets pretty windy. this time of day, this time of year. So it'll be a big factor in today's match.
Okay, and we can see on the screen Jay Devilliers' record career 166 to 95, 63.6.
So you can see, you know, it's not quite as high as Christian's, but still a very accomplished singles player and very dangerous singles player.
Yeah, Jay is one of the veterans of the game.
Yeah, I thought he could. I thought he had this one a better shot at that one, but you know, dropped it into the net. You know, you can see Jay's a little bit frustrated right now with maybe the win, maybe, you know, missing that shot, but he's a tough competitor. I expect he'll make a run here at some point. I think he had a good look at that one, Martina. Just missed his spot. I think, you know, we talked about this earlier. We did the women's singles match, and this side of the court, the one that Jay's on, is actually the favorable side of the court for the most part. So, you know, you don't want to go down, I think, a game on this side.
So again, I think it's, you know, singles.
That's more what I expect from Jay. That kind of like, you know, he's very explosive when he opens up, you know, the long wingspan. You expect put away. I think he's been cutting those a little too much, and you know, he missed a couple into the net. But if he's going to make a run today, it's going to be with that kind of shot.
Agreed, and I love to see that, his aggressiveness and putting the ball away, coming off of the timeout. Just too good, too deep.
Yeah, and that's what I'm concerned. We were talking about the wind earlier. You know, I think Christian's hitting the ball so clean right now that on this side with the wind behind him, it'd be even a tougher proposition, I think. We'll see.
Beautiful passing shots from Jay Devilliers. Two-handed backhand. Take another look.
Yeah, that's just a great shape on that shot. And, you know, Jay Devilliers is not going anywhere. He's not going to fold up his tent and be done because the score is 9-1. I expect Jay to just keep battling and giving everything he can today.
Oh, tweener.
We had the tweener attempt. We called it tweener king. Tried to go for the tweener. So it's a pretty good attempt at a tweener there. But really good rally by Jay. You know, really well set up, moving Christian around and getting the shot that he wanted behind Christian, forcing the tweener.
Oh, a little bit of love off of the net court there for Jay. He'll take it.
Yep, and a timeout by Christian. You may think it's not a good timeout because it's 2-9 or 3-9, but that's a smart timeout by Christian, and we'll be back after this break.
Welcome back to Zimmer Biomet Cape Coral Open men's singles bronze medal match.
As we mentioned earlier, Martina, Jay Devilliers is a veteran player. He has a 64% winning record in singles. He was down 9-1. Now he's serving at 4-9. This player is not going anywhere. He's going to keep fighting and, you know, doing what he can out there. Another beautifully constructed rally by Jay Devilliers to set up the passing shot. Pulls Christian wide one way and then gets him to commit the other way. Great singles play by both these players today, but right now Jay's on a roll. And this is a roll game, right, Martina, these singles games?
Yes, absolutely. And Jay is seeming to finding the recipe. Too good from Christian Alshon there.
Pretty shot. He didn't hit it really hard, but he hit it with a great shape, right, and a nice angle to it, letting it dip. And just a very pretty shot by Christian. Let's see if he can get the insurance point, right, get the 10. I think Christian wants that point back, don't you think, Martina? I think he had an opportunity there. You didn't do enough with it, and then Jay Devilliers is able to side him out.
Yes, I think so.
I think he got a little cautious there in that ball right before that one.
I thought he was thinking about the ATP there. If he waited a split second more, maybe he would have it, or maybe it just wasn't advancing enough.
Yeah, it could have might have developed there for sure, but I think Christian's shot there was the one before really set him up right. It pulled Jay wide and gave him really not a lot of options if the ATP wasn't there. So. Well, we had them both come up, Martina, and Christian comes out ahead of that firefight between the two. If you're just joining us, Christian Alshon is in the green on the far side, and Jay Devilliers in the orange nearest, and Christian serving at 10-5 in game one. Never say never, Martina, right? Never say never in any discipline, but singles in particular. Last game we saw a 3-8 down, come back and win. So
yeah, and definitely in pickleball, you can never count one out. Yeah, too good from Christian there.
Yeah, that was a nice little stick volley, little chop it down. And we talked about this earlier because we saw, I think it was Catherine hit the same kind of shot. Not too complex, not a lot of wrist, just a nice stick on the ball and let gravity do the work.
That sails just wide. Another opportunity here for Jay to close the gap.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Christian's getting a little tentative on some of these shots. He's not going for it like it was earlier, but we'll see if Jay can make a run.
Oh,
That was a really good setup by Jay. Right, he looks like he's targeting Christian's backhand more now. Remember earlier he was going to Christian's forehand, getting past. Looks like he has made an adjustment. He's starting to go to Christian's backhand more and pressure Christian more on the backhand side. Do we have some towel timeouts maybe?
no, the ball went all the way over on the tennis courts that we have on the side here. So they're just waiting for somebody from the crowd to retrieve it. And there it is.
All right,
Thank you very much, fans.
The hero got it. That's good.
Great shot there from Jay Devilliers. He kind of faked. He was going to go cross court, and at the last minute, he went inside out. Yeah, let's see if he can close the gap even more here.
That was a great. The first shot that Jay hit, that backhand that he did, that's a really difficult shot. The one that he picked off the court and just flicked it over. He tried doing it again the second time, couldn't do it, but really good shot. See if he can close it out. Here's Christian.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love it. I love when they finish the singles point and they're head-to-head there at the kitchen line. Hands battle.
Yeah, it's like a drilling battle, but for reals. And Christian won the first one, Jay won this one, so they're even now on those firefights. So we'll look for more of those. Again, very athletic players, as we mentioned earlier. We expect a lot of athleticism and movement.
Oh, almost.
I thought he was going to get that one. I was surprised he lobbed it actually because I thought he could. I thought he was going to rip it.
Agreed.
The one that he lobbed, yeah. And I think we talked about this earlier, Martina, in the prior match, but sometimes you change your mind, in the middle of a match or in the middle of a shot where you're like, I'm going to do this, and then you decide to do that, and as you said before, it's I think better to just do what you originally thought.
All right, another opportunity for Christian Alshon to close this game 1. Okay, so we're not done yet.
No. I thought Jay might have been in trouble when he approached on the giving Christian the forehand shot, but Christian wasn't able to put it past him, and so Jay got a side out, and we'll see if we can get one closer.
Yeah, he didn't quite finish that shot. He was trying to recover right away without. That's sometimes what the mistake we make, because we know we have to cover the next shot and we kind of don't finish our first one and right away start running to the other side, and then end up missing the shot we wanted to hit anyway. Okay, so that it will do it. Game 1 goes to Christian Alshon, and we'll be right back for the game 2 after a short break.
We started, I think, at 12 today. It was 18, now it's 22. So maybe we'll have to go inside the hurricane shelter soon. All right. Let's see how Jay picks up here in game 2, if he can continue the momentum that he picked up at the end of game 1.
No way. That wouldn't be Jay if he didn't have made that comment.
Yeah, Jay, these two gentlemen, they know each other well. They played together a long time on the circuit, so that was just a great effort by great hands by Jay, but great finish by Christian.
I mean, to stay up at the kitchen line when somebody's hitting an overhead and making it, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Jay Devilliers has some of the best hands on the tour. Martina, talk about that a little bit. We talked about that earlier in the next break about the serve and singles, how important it is to try and go big sometimes.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely you want to go big on the serve, because in the singles it might result to a missed return. Definitely more doable so than in doubles. However, we are seeing a challenge here of that out calling. So after the review, the rally does stand. The ball was in fact out,
which makes Martina Francova 100% on her video challenge.
3 for 3, I think.
That's 100%. That's all I'm saying. You the best. 300 to 300 for me.
So we have Christian Alshon's men's singles record after winning the first game. 120 to 12, 90.9% winning percentage.
That's pretty decent. Not too shabby.
Not at all.
We saw it earlier, too. Remember, Leah and Catherine, I think Leah's winning percentage after winning game 1 was like 90%, and she ended up prevailing in the 3 games, but ended up prevailing.
Okay, and we can take a look at Jay Devilliers' winning record after first game loss. 16 to 71, so an 18.4 percentage.
A little bit under what we see for averages and stuff, usually about 20-some%. So still has a chance, though. I think too much Christian right now, right? I mean, it's Christian's on a little bit of a roll. Wouldn't be surprised if Jay calls a timeout now, or
I think he's going to wait maybe a little bit, just taking a little bit extended towel break there. I think Christian at the beginning was missing a little bit. Now he kind of is managing to control the ball a little bit better with the wind. So making it tougher on Jay from that side against the wind.
Maybe just joining us, Christian Alshon's in the green with his back to us, and Jay Devilliers is in the orange on the opposite side of the court.
Yeah, Jay a little bit frustrated with himself, and now he calls a timeout.
You're right, Martina, so we're going to take a timeout, and we'll see you guys back in a couple.
Welcome back to this game 2 of our men's singles bronze medal match here at the Zimmer Biomet Cape Pearl Open. We have Christian in this game 2 dominating so far.
Yeah, Christian's hitting the ball really clean. Jay's feeling a little bit out of sorts with his game right now. So Christian's up 7-3. He was up 9-1 in game 1, and Jay was able to make a comeback, but it's just very difficult to dig out of these holes. We'll see what Jay can do here.
Yeah, Jay was able to come back a little bit in the first game. However, I do think the side might be a little bit of a factor here with the wind being behind Christian's back.
Yeah, he's definitely able to put more on the ball if he wants to, right?
Very nice volley there from Jay.
Yeah, Jay has some of the best volleys, I think, especially when he extends, right? If he extends his arms, he's just really crisp volleyer from that position.
Yeah, he has long arms. He has big reach. Yeah, that's the side. That's the thing from this side. You know, Christian there just put a little bit too much on it and just flies out with the wind. So
see if Jay can build off of that and close the gap a little bit and make the second game more competitive.
ooh, I thought that ball was flying wide a little bit, but I guess it did drop in.
Yeah, Jay didn't call it out. I agree because the wind is going left to right on the screen. But apparently it stayed in well enough for Jay not to call it out.
Oh, that's just a beautiful passing shot there from Christian Alshon. I can't believe that stayed in.
Yeah, really. You mentioned the ball control, right, Martina?
Beautiful.
So he adjusted from the volley that he missed out, adjusted his shot a little bit, and just enough to get the ball in, keep the ball in.
Yeah, beautiful Tui. And just wide off of that return, which gives us a first match point for Christian Alshon in this game. Nice hands battle. Jay's staying alive.
If it was hands battles, Jay's ahead on those 2-1. So yeah, it's hard to beat Jay up there with hand speed and power. But let's see what Jay can do here. If he can muster up some magic. 4-10 is tough, but never out.
Oh. Okay.
That was super pretty. I mean, that's the kind of thing that a player like Jay can do. He has so much range with his shots and so many things he can do. He can get out of those tough spots with flicks like that. Don't recommend if you're watching that at home that you add that to your list of shots to develop quite yet. Wait until you're playing pro and then you can add it.
Yeah, and that was very loopy as well. Just was getting away from Christian there. Beautiful backhand passing shot down the line. Okay, a couple of points here.
And Christian's calling a timeout, which is a smart timeout there. Jay's on a little bit of a run, so we'll be back after this timeout for the end of game 2. We're back here for the Zimmer Biomet Cape Coral Open, the bronze medal match. Jay Devilliers in the orange on the far side has made a little bit of a run here. A little too difficult to get to that one here. Christian now has his match point number 2, bronze medal match point number 2 to Christian Alshon in the green in the near court.
Yeah, let's see if he can close the match out right now. Not yet.
No, Jay Devilliers, that forehand volley of his is his trademark shot, and so, you know, we're seeing his power with that shot, and see if he can continue the run.
Ooh. Oh, what a return there, and then Christian with a drop shot. However, Jay was running for that before Christian even hit it, right? But still wasn't able to get to it.
He definitely had an early jump and a read on it. So it's match point number 3.
Oh, I thought he had it.
Yeah, so did I.
All right.
Great match between these two fine gentlemen and friends, Jay Devilliers and Christian Alshon. Bronze medal match to Christian Alshon, the number 3 seed here at the Zimmer Biomet Cape Coral Open, and we'll be back for your next match. Please join Martina and I at the PPA on Pickleball TV.